Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here in the back room of Norman's Rare Guitars. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar of the Day.
Woo-woo!
It's Flat Top Friday. I gotta be honest, man. I gotta pat us on the back occasionally. Some of the Flat Top Friday offerings we've had here in 2017 have been among some of the finest instruments in the world. I mean, 00045 last week, 00042 not that long ago. Some of the crazy Gibson stuff we've done this year, that Midas 12. I mean, just done some good stuff. Today, no different. Just gonna trump all of those guitars with something so rad, so major, so famous, world famous. This thing is so ridiculous. It's Flat Top Friday. I couldn't be happier to show you guys this guitar. And there's still time for Christmas if you guys want to buy it. Come on back. This is from 1941. First off, I mean, tweed racing stripe hard case, come on. From 1941, this is an original Gibson SJ-200 Rosewood, custom ordered, one of a kind, with that horseshoe inlay down there at the bottom of the fretboard.
Oh my God.
As if these aren't rare enough, a one-off custom order with extra inlay work. Come on. All right. You're saying, Mark, that guitar looks kind of familiar. Yeah, it probably does. Any of you guys out there who have a copy of Norm's new book, it's actually the guitar that's on the cover of the book. Guy owns thousands of guitars of all of the stuff that he owns. This is the guitar that he wanted on the cover. And for good reasons. I mean, by the way, that's a great photograph. Who took that?
I don't know. Maybe me.
Oh, Jen. I think Jen did like almost all the photos in this book as well. But guys, if you don't know,
Now you know.
you're going to know in a second. So major, this guitar. I mean, it's major, major, major. So this is like the early, well, not the earliest version, but the earliest kind of incarnation of the SJ-200, which, like I said before, features a rosewood back and sides. You're going to see these from about 37 right up until about the time you get into the war. We've actually done another Rosewood SJ. We did Don Weston's Rosewood SJ-200, which was a 37. And there's one big difference between that guitar and this guitar, and that's the bridge. For those of you who watch every day, and you should, you will remember that guitar had 6 individual saddle pieces at the bridge. Each string sat on its own little round slotted piece of ivory for the bridge setup, which is kind of cool and kind of a historical novelty, if you will. But once you get into like 40, and these last ones, 41 like this one is, we go to the straight fixed saddle that everyone's kind of used to. And these things just sound like freaking cannons. Unbelievable, these guitars. So World War II, we get in, late 1941. This guitar gets discontinued. We get into that era of the banner. We've been doing a lot of banners this year. We get into the era of that banner headstock Gibsons, which were made by the Kalamazoo Gals, as they're affectionately known. You don't start to see the SJ-200s again until we get out of World War II, kind of into the later part of the 40s, going into the 50s, and by that time, they're done with the Rosewood, and the SJ-200s go to that flame maple back and sides, which they still ship with today. So only these earliest versions from the 1930s are going to have the Rosewood back and sides. Now you'll also notice maple neck, 2-piece maple neck, stinger. These are called Kluson Seal Tight tuners, which are rad. This is it's like Catalan or something. These kind of amber tips. Also, peep that strap button, or hook, if you will. That was there, and you'll see the matching counterpart down here. That's literally for like tying a rope through there, like the Western guys. Gene Autry had one of these that had kind of like a black and white kind of rope binding going around it that had his name inlaid in the board, but it was basically this guitar. Now, like I said, these are rare to begin with. The condition on this, it makes it even rarer. But then, whoever ordered this one ordered custom inlay. So this is a one-of-a-kind one of these that's in this condition and clean. But yeah, that horseshoe that's a one of a kind. Some cowboy guy thought it would be rad to put a freaking horseshoe at the bottom of the fretboard in 1941. And you know what? He was right. It's like, how many years later? Still rad. So cool. Oh my God. It's historically significant. It's beautiful. It's minty. It's on the cover of Norm's book. It's so cool. I can't wait to get out to the couch, tickle this little fella. You know, sorry. We're going to tickle it. And we're going to just bang on it real hard with the pick too, because I like to do that. This thing is, I can't wait. Let's go to the couch and do this. All right, we're out front on the couch here. We've got the 1941 Gibson SJ-200. Rosewood back and sides, one of a kind, with the custom horseshoe inlay. Let's put it through the paces here really quick. We'll start with the fingers. We'll switch to a flat pick here in just a second. Cool, let's switch to a flat pick. Let's dig in a little bit. Let's see what this guy's putting out here. Dude, seriously? From 1941. It's the original Gibson SJ-200. Rosewood back and sides, which would make it rare enough. But this one's a one of a kind. Custom ordered with a little bit of extra inlay work. This little mother of pearl horseshoe inlay put there on the end of the fretboard. It's also featured on the cover of Norman's new book, Confessions of a Vintage Guitar Dealer. It's got provenance, it's got history, it's got cool inlays, it's got rosewood. It's got everything, man. This thing is killer. There's your Flat Top Friday, second to last Flat Top Friday of the year. Only one more of those for 2017.
Oh yeah, next week.
Oh, you guys have a great weekend. Follow me on Instagram at Mark Agnesi. Follow the store at Norman's Rare Guitars. And check this and the rest of these guitars out online at normansrareguitars.com. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for one final episode for the week. We'll see you then. Peace.
Bye.